Are there other costs of job licensing reforms, hidden costs, and maybe not even financial ones, but what is this holding back or prohibiting?
Well, I mean, it prohibits a certain level of entrepreneurship. I mean, it prevents people from taking chances because the cost of being in a position where you can take a chance at
Even to
doing
get to the
something,
starting line
even
is
to get to
pretty
the
high.
starting line is pretty high. It also, one of the things that people don't stop and think about so much is it also holds people back from having second chances. So people who, for instance, have been in prison, maybe they have, they've straightened out their ways. They're getting out of prison and they want to go and practice in a particular area or occupation. The cost involved to them to be able to get to the point of being licensed can sometimes be so high that it makes no sense whatsoever for them to do it. And so, what we did in Nebraska was we put in a requirement that licensing boards have to tell people up front whether or not their
So that
conviction,
criminal history
that
they've served and done their time.
that they've done their
ready
time,
to- sure.
but so they have to be able to tell people up front whether or not that's going to prohibit them from getting a license.
So they don't go through all the time and effort and
right.
money.
Yeah, because what we have found around the country is that people will get out of prison and they say, okay, I'm going to go be a barber, and then they find out that that the licensing requirements in their state don't allow anybody who's had a felony conviction to be a barber.
Sure. I assume there's some common sense, sort of hard nose that might need to stay in place,
Sure.
but otherwise.
Well, what I encourage people to do is say that that the licensing board has to draw a parallel or a line between the particular conviction
Sure.
and the license. So, you and I would agree that somebody who's had a child molestation conviction, for instance, probably shouldn't be working as a child care provider.
Sure.
And certainly that would exclude them from being an elementary school teacher or even a high school. But it doesn't necessarily prohibit them from being a good barber or a good electrician or any number of other things that require licensing.
Whatever the conviction may or may not have been, there's some common sense restrictions should be there, but otherwise folks need a chance to earn a living.